Imagine a place so rich in culture, history, and untold stories that most people don't even know it exists. Welcome to Moldova, a hidden gem in the heart of Europe. Nestled between Romania and Ukraine, Moldova has been largely overlooked by travelers. But what if I told you that this small country holds secrets that will absolutely blow your mind? From ancient wine cellars that go deeper than any you've seen before, to a mysterious country that doesn't technically exist, Moldova is full of surprises. And guess what? All of this is just the tip of the iceberg. Stay with me as we uncover 15 unbelievable facts about Moldova that will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about Europe. By the end of this video, you'll be wondering why Moldova isn't on everyone's must-see list. Trust me, after hearing what I'm about to reveal, you'll want to pack your bags and head straight to this extraordinary country. Let's dive in. Moldova might be one of Europe's best-kept secrets, and for good reason. It is a place that seems to have everything without the crowds of tourists. Despite its small size, Moldova has a rich history that dates back to the Roman Empire and a culture that mixes influences from both the East and West. It's a country that often flies under the radar, but once you learn about its hidden treasures, you'll be amazed. For example, did you know that Moldova has the largest wine cellar in the world? Imagine wandering through over 200 kilometers of underground tunnels filled with millions of bottles of wine. It is a paradise for any wine lover. But that's just the beginning. Moldova is home to vast sunflower fields, stunning forests, and a unique breakaway republic that operates like a secret country all its own. But what makes Moldova even more fascinating is its people, resilient and proud of their heritage. They continue to hold on to their traditions despite facing numerous challenges. From the ancient city of Orheiul Vechi to the eerie mystery of Transnistria, Moldova is packed with stories waiting to be uncovered. Stick with me, because we're about to dive into 15 incredible facts that will not only change the way you see this little-known country, but also leave you wondering why Moldova isn't at the top of your travel list. Trust me, by the end of this video, Moldova will be a place you won't be able to forget. Fact number 1. Moldova's wine. World's oldest wine cellar. When you think of wine, places like France, Italy, and Spain might come to mind. But Moldova? It might surprise you to learn that Moldova has one of the oldest and most impressive wine cultures in the world. And it's right at the heart of the country's identity. Moldova's love for wine runs deep, stretching back over 5,000 years. Making it one of the oldest wine-producing regions in Europe. And this isn't just some historical trivia. Moldova's wine industry is a major part of its economy and a driving force for tourism. The Mămăligă winery is a crown jewel of Moldova's wine heritage. Situated just outside the capital, Chisinau, this winery is not only famous for its centuries-old traditions, but also holds a Guinness World Record for having the largest wine cellar in the world. Picture this, a labyrinth of tunnels that stretch over 200 kilometers, about 124 miles underground. That's over 100 football fields worth of space, all filled with wine. It's not just a cellar, it's a wine lover's paradise. This enormous space holds an astounding 1.5 million bottles of wine, many of which are rare, aged vintages that attract collectors from all over the globe. What's even more impressive is that Mămăligă isn't just a tourist attraction. It's a working winery that produces some of the finest wines in Moldova. The region is blessed with a perfect climate for viticulture, and the wine produced here has a unique character due to the fertile soil and the centuries-old winemaking techniques passed down through generations. The winery's cellars are kept at a constant temperature of around 12 C5 providing ideal conditions for aging wine. Visitors to Mămăligă can take guided tours, where they'll not only see the vastness of the cellar, but also taste wines that have been aging. For decades, Moldova's winemaking history is deeply tied to its national identity. In fact, wine is such an essential part of Moldovan life that it is often referred to as the country. It's liquid gold. For many Moldovans, wine isn't just a drink, it's a part of daily life, culture, and tradition. It's present in almost every celebration, from weddings to holidays, and Moldovans take immense pride in their winemaking heritage. But Mămăligă and the wine industry are about much more than just tradition. Wine tourism has become a significant driver for Moldova's economy, with visitors coming from all over the world to experience the country's rich history and incredible wines. The wine industry employs thousands of people, from vineyard workers to tour guides, and the revenue generated from wine exports helps bolster Moldova's economy. It is no surprise that Moldova's wine sector is one of the country's largest sources of export income. The wine is also an important cultural symbol for Moldova. Every year, the country celebrates the National Wine Day, a two-day festival that takes place in October, where thousands of visitors flock to taste Moldova's finest wines, enjoy local food, and experience the warmth and hospitality of the people. It's a vibrant event that brings Moldova's wine culture to the global stage, showcasing everything from world-class reds and whites to the unique Fetis Negre and Fetis Alba grapes, which are native to the region. In essence, Moldova's wine culture is not just a legacy, it's a living, breathing part of the country's economy, tourism, and identity. The Mămăligă winery stands as a testament to this proud tradition, offering a rare glimpse into the fascinating world of Moldovan winemaking. If you ever find yourself in Moldova, no trip is complete without a visit to this massive, historical cellar. And who knows, you might just leave with a bottle or two of wine that has been centuries in the making. Fact number 2. The mystery of the unmanned capital. When most people think of a capital city, they imagine a bustling, noisy hub filled with traffic, honking horns, and the rush of city life. But then there's Chisinau, the capital of Moldova, and it completely breaks the mold. Unlike other major cities, Chisinau is surprisingly quiet, almost unnervingly so at times. It's a place where traffic flows smoothly, where you won't find yourself stuck in endless jams, and where the typical stress of big city life seems to fade away. It's as if the city operates on its own quiet rhythm, something many visitors find oddly calming. What is even more interesting is that Chisinau's tranquility isn't just about the traffic. It is about the way life moves here. While other capital cities are overflowing with congestion and the rush of busy people, Chisinau feels more relaxed, almost as if time slows down. The streets are wide and tree-lined, and you'll often find yourself strolling along quiet boulevards, where the occasional car drives by at a relaxed pace. It's not uncommon for residents to casually walk or bike around the city, enjoying the peaceful surroundings. But Chisinau's tranquility is just one part of its charm. The city has plenty of hidden gems waiting to be uncovered. One of the best-kept secrets of Chisinau is its parks and green spaces. Places like Stefan Cel Mare Park are perfect for those who want to enjoy a peaceful afternoon surrounded by nature. This park is a favorite among locals, with lush green lawns, fountains, and quiet walking paths. It's a sanctuary in the heart of the city. Another hidden treasure is the Pushkin Park, named after the famous Russian poet Alexander Pushkin, who spent some time in Chisinau during his exile. This park, with its calm atmosphere and beautiful landscapes, is perfect for those looking for a serene escape in the middle of an urban setting. Chisinau also has its share of cultural gems. The National Museum of History of Moldova offers fascinating insights into the country's rich past, while the Muzeul Național de Artă al Moldovei, National Art Museum of Moldova, houses impressive collections that showcase Moldova's artistic heritage. And let us not forget about the Triumphal Arch, a historical landmark in the heart of the city, standing as a testament to Moldova's resilience. So, while Chisinau may not fit the typical image of a bustling capital, its unexpected calmness, mixed with its hidden green spaces and cultural attractions, makes it an incredible destination for anyone looking for a quieter, more relaxed experience in Europe. It's a city that allows you to explore at your own pace, without the usual pressures of city life. If you're lucky enough to visit, don't rush. Take your time to discover the quiet magic of Moldova's capital. Fact number 3. Moldova's love affair with sunflowers. Moldova is often recognized for its rich culture and history, but one of the country's most visually striking and symbolic features lies in its vast sunflower fields. These golden blooms are more than just beautiful scenery. They are a key part of Moldova's agricultural heritage. From spring to late summer, the landscape is painted in vibrant yellow, stretching as far as the eye can see, with the sunflowers turning their heads to follow the sun. Sunflowers are not only a prominent feature in Moldova's fields, but they also hold a special place in the country's economy. Moldova is one of the leading sunflower producers in Europe, and sunflower cultivation plays a huge role in its agricultural output. In fact, Moldova produces over 300,000 tons of sunflower seeds annually, making it one of the top producers in the region. These seeds are essential for the production of sunflower oil, a major export product that contributes significantly to the country's economy. But it's not just about the numbers. Sunflowers are deeply intertwined with the Moldovan way of life. For many Moldovans, sunflowers symbolize hope, warmth, and abundance. They thrive in the fertile soil of Moldova, and they're a reliable crop that can withstand the country's sometimes unpredictable climate. As you drive through Moldova's rural areas, it is hard not to feel a sense of calm as you see these towering flowers swaying in the breeze, their faces turned toward the sky. It's an image that captures the heart of Moldova, simple yet profound. The sunflower fields also hold a significant cultural importance. Each year, Moldovans celebrate their agricultural heritage, and sunflowers often take center stage during harvest festivals. These festivals are a celebration of Moldova's agricultural roots, showcasing the importance of farming and natural beauty in the country's identity. For visitors, it's a chance to experience Moldova's rural charm and its connection to the land. Moreover, Moldova's sunflower oil is prized for its quality. The seeds are harvested and processed into oil that's used both domestically and abroad. Moldova's sunflower oil is known for its light color, mild flavor, and high nutritional value, making it a staple in kitchens across Europe and beyond. So, the next time you find yourself wandering through Moldova's sunflower fields, take a moment to appreciate not only the beauty of the scene, but also the important role these golden flowers play in the country's agricultural heritage. It's a reminder of Moldova's connection to the land, and how something as simple as a sunflower can symbolize so much more than meets the eye. Fact number 4. The hidden beauty of Moldova's UNESCO sites. Moldova may not be on everyone's travel radar, but it's home to some truly extraordinary historical treasures that are quietly waiting to be discovered. One such gem is the Orheiul Vechi archaeological complex, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that holds the key to Moldova's ancient history. Located just 60 kilometers north of the capital, Chisinau, this breathtaking site offers a unique glimpse into Moldova's past and stands as a testament to the country's rich cultural and historical heritage. The Orheiul Vechi complex is much more than just an archaeological site. It's a living, breathing piece of history that spans over 2 millennia. The site is set against the backdrop of Moldova's rolling hills and the winding Dniester River, offering a stunning combination of natural beauty and historical significance. The complex includes remnants of ancient civilizations, Byzantine monasteries, and cave dwellings that have been carved directly into the cliffs of the river valley. What makes Orheiul Vechi particularly fascinating is the way it has preserved Moldova's ancient history through its layers of time. The site dates back to prehistoric times and has been home to various cultures, from the Dacians to the Scythians and the Byzantines. One of the most remarkable aspects of the site is the triple-layered structure that showcases the evolution of human settlement in the area. The first layer consists of the ancient Dacian fortresses, where the Dacians, the ancestors of the modern Moldovan people, once resided. The second layer reveals a Byzantine monastery, and the third layer houses a series of cave churches and dwellings, offering a tangible connection to the spiritual and architectural traditions of the past. The cave monastery of Orheiul Vechi, one of the most iconic landmarks, is particularly mesmerizing. It was carved directly into the cliff face, creating a surreal blend of nature and architecture. The monks who once lived here sought solitude, living in the caves and practicing their faith in peace and quiet. Far removed from the bustling world, today, visitors can walk through these caves and experience the peaceful, meditative atmosphere that once enveloped the monks. But Orheiul Vechi isn't just about its historical layers. The site also holds great cultural importance for Moldovans. It represents the deep spiritual and historical connection the people have with the land, and it remains a place of pilgrimage for many. The Orthodox Church still holds regular services in the monastery, and visitors often see locals lighting candles and praying in the serene surroundings. For those visiting Moldova, Orheiul Vechi offers more than just a historical experience. It has a chance to connect with the country's roots and witness a place that has stood the test of time. Its natural beauty, combined with its deep historical and spiritual significance, makes it one of the most fascinating UNESCO sites in the region. In a world where many ancient sites are threatened by modern development, Orheiul Vechi stands as a remarkable example of preservation, offering visitors a rare glimpse into the past while still serving as a living, vibrant part of Moldovan culture. So, when you visit Moldova, don't miss out on this stunning site. Orheiul Vechi will leave you in awe of its beauty, history, and the enduring spirit of Moldova's past. It's a place where time stands still, and the echoes of history are still very much alive. Fact number 5. Moldova's Bessarabian region. Moldova's Bessarabian region is one of the country's most unique and picturesque areas, often overlooked by travelers. Yet it's a hidden treasure for those seeking natural beauty and adventure. Located in the southern part of the country, the Bessarabian region stretches across rolling hills, lush valleys, and the meandering banks of the Dniester River, creating a landscape that feels almost untouched by time. What makes this region so special is its geographical diversity. The Bessarabian region is a patchwork of vast agricultural lands, rugged hills, dense forests, and fertile plains. This variety in terrain means that there's something for every kind of adventurer. For hiking enthusiasts, the region offers numerous trails that wind through dense woods and alongside the Dniester River, providing panoramic views of the valley below. The river itself, with its calm waters, is ideal for kayaking, fishing, or simply enjoying the tranquility that comes with being surrounded by nature. Bessarabia's landscape is also home to many ancient sites that have been shaped by both nature and history. Among these is the Codru forest, one of Moldova's most important natural reserves. Known for its biodiversity and rich flora, Codru is a sanctuary for wildlife and a haven for nature lovers. It's a place where you can spot rare bird species, wander through towering oak and beech trees, and experience the unspoiled beauty of Moldova's countryside. For those who enjoy off-the-beaten-path exploration, the Bessarabian region is a perfect destination for hiking, cycling, or simply disconnecting from the hustle and bustle of city life. But it's not just the landscapes that make Bessarabia a hidden gem. The region is steeped in history and culture, with several small villages that remain largely unchanged for centuries. Here, visitors can witness traditional Moldovan life at its most authentic, from the handcrafts made by local artisans to the delicious homemade foods served by welcoming families. The region's agricultural heritage is evident in the abundance of vineyards, orchards, and fields of sunflowers that cover the land, providing a glimpse into the deep-rooted connection between the people and the land they cultivate. For adventure travelers, the Bessarabian region is a place to discover the true heart of Moldova, an unspoiled, rugged landscape that offers both natural beauty and a sense of serenity. It's a perfect spot for those looking to connect with nature, enjoy outdoor activities, or simply experience Moldova's unique rural charm. The region's relative obscurity means fewer tourists, allowing for a more authentic and peaceful travel experience. If you're an adventure lover or someone who simply enjoys exploring hidden treasures, the Bessarabian region is waiting to be discovered. Its diverse landscapes, rich history, and the opportunity for outdoor exploration make it a destination that should be on every traveler's radar. Fact number 6. Moldova's Dead Sea, Lake Gidigici. Moldova's Lake Gidigici may not be the first place that comes to mind when you think of floating effortlessly in a lake, but this hidden gem offers a unique experience that mirrors the famous Dead Sea of the Middle East, located just outside the capital city of Chisinau. Lake Gidigici is often called Moldova's Dead Sea due to its high salinity levels, which allow visitors to float without effort. much like the experience in the actual Dead Sea. What makes Lake Gidigichi so special is the concentration of salt in its waters. The lake is a natural reservoir, and over time, evaporation has led to an unusually high salt content. The salinity of the water is significantly higher than that of typical freshwater lakes, allowing the water's buoyancy to increase. As a result, swimmers and visitors can float effortlessly on the surface of the water without sinking, much like they would in the Dead Sea. Scientifically speaking, the high salt concentration is due to the lake's mineral-rich soil and the natural process of evaporation, which concentrates the minerals in the water. This makes the water much denser than regular fresh water. And as anyone who's ever floated in salty water knows, the denser the water, the easier it is to stay afloat. The salt in the water also gives the lake its distinct, briny smell and has therapeutic benefits for the skin, which is why many people visit for a natural, mineral-rich experience. Beyond its floating abilities, Lake Gidigichi is also an ecological treasure. The surrounding area is home to various species of birds and wildlife, making it a serene spot for nature lovers. The lake is a great place to relax, enjoy the peaceful surroundings, and take in the unique experience of floating in water that feels almost weightless. While it may not be as famous as its Middle Eastern counterpart, Lake Gidigichi provides a quieter, less commercialized alternative for those seeking a special experience in Moldova. Whether you're floating in the lake or simply enjoying the natural beauty of the area, this hidden gem offers a one-of-a-kind adventure in Moldova that's sure to leave you amazed. Fact number 7. The Codru Forest and Moldova's wildlife. Moldova is often celebrated for its vineyards, sunflower fields, and historical landmarks. But one of the country's most enchanting treasures lies hidden in the dense, green heart of its countryside, the Codru Forest, stretching across the central part of Moldova. The Codru Forest is not only the largest woodland area in the country, but also one of the most biodiverse regions in Eastern Europe. This lush expanse of trees, hills, and river valleys is a nature lover's paradise, offering a sanctuary for both wildlife and visitors alike. The forest is teeming with life, making it a must-visit destination for anyone interested in Moldova's wildlife. Codru is home to an impressive variety of animals, many of which are rare or endangered. From wild boar and red foxes to roe deer and lynx, the forest provides a rich habitat for animals that roam freely in the wild. For birdwatchers, Codru is also a treasure trove. The forest canopy hosts numerous species of birds, including the European nightyar and the middle-spotted woodpecker, making it a perfect spot for those who enjoy a bit of birdwatching. One of the most fascinating aspects of Codru Forest is its ability to maintain a rich biodiversity. Despite the challenges it has faced over the years, the forest has witnessed centuries of human history, and many of the ancient trees that tower above the forest floor have stood the test of time, surviving through wars, changes in the landscape, and human intervention. These trees, including oak, beech, and hornbeam, provide shelter and sustenance to a wide range of species, contributing to the balance of the local ecosystem. But Codru is not just a place for wildlife, it is also a haven for hikers and adventurers. The forest is crisscrossed with numerous trails, some of which lead to secluded spots perfect for a peaceful retreat or a picnic surrounded by nature. The sound of rustling leaves, the scent of fresh earth, and the sight of wildlife darting through the underbrush make for an unforgettable experience. For those willing to venture off the beaten path, the forest's underground caves and ancient burial mounds add an element of mystery to the landscape. One of the most memorable experiences I had in Codru was coming across a family of deer grazing near our secluded clearing. The animals, completely unaware of our presence, moved gracefully through the tall grass, adding to the forest's serene, almost magical atmosphere. It is moments like these that make Codru Forest so special. It is a place where nature thrives, undisturbed, and where every step you take brings you closer to the heart of Moldova's wild side. Whether you're an avid wildlife enthusiast, a hiker, or someone simply looking to connect with nature, the Codru Forest is one of Moldova's finest treasures. Its diverse ecosystems, fascinating wildlife, and rich history make it an essential stop for anyone exploring this beautiful and often overlooked country. Fact number 8. Moldova's population and resilience. Moldova may be one of the smallest countries in Europe, but its people possess a resilience and sense of identity that stands tall against any challenges. With a population of just over 2.5 million, Moldova is often overlooked in the global spotlight. Yet the strength of its people and culture cannot be underestimated. Despite its relatively small size and struggles with economic hardship and political instability, Moldova has managed to preserve its rich cultural heritage and continue to thrive in ways that many larger nations have failed to do. One of the most striking aspects of Moldova is its ability to maintain a strong national identity. Despite facing numerous obstacles over the years, Moldova has endured wars, political upheavals, and the challenges of transitioning from Soviet rule to independence. Yet through it all, the Moldovan people have held tightly to their traditions, language, and cultural practices. The Romanian language, spoken by the vast majority of the population, is a pillar of the nation's cultural identity, and Moldovans take great pride in their language, literature, and folklore. Moldova's resilience is also evident in its agricultural sector, which has long been the backbone of its economy. Despite the challenges of poverty, limited resources, and the impact of climate change, Moldova remains one of Europe's top producers of wine, sunflowers, and other agricultural products. The country's farmers are some of the most hard-working people you'll meet, with a deep connection to the land they cultivate. They've adapted to the harsh conditions and found innovative ways to thrive in what is often considered one of Europe's poorest nations. Culturally, Moldova's people are known for their warmth, hospitality, and close-knit communities. The strong family bonds and sense of unity that Moldovans share are central to their resilience. For instance, during tough times, many Moldovans continue to rely on their rural roots, growing their own food and maintaining traditional crafts like pottery, weaving, and embroidery to keep their culture alive. This connection to the past not only provides a sense of pride but also acts as a source of strength in the face of adversity. Moldovans also take immense pride in their celebrations and festivals, which are deeply rooted in the country's agricultural and religious traditions. One such celebration is Moldovan Wine Day, a two-day festival that celebrates the country's rich winemaking heritage. During this event, locals come together to share stories, enjoy traditional foods, and, of course, sip on some of the best wine Moldova has to offer. These festivals are more than just fun events. They serve as a reminder of the country's enduring spirit and its determination to preserve its cultural identity, no matter the challenges it faces. In the face of adversity, Moldova has proven time and again that it is more than just its size. The resilience of its people, the preservation of its cultural identity, and the strength of its agricultural sector make Moldova a country worth noticing. It's a place where history, culture, and an unwavering spirit come together, reminding us that sometimes the smallest nations can have the biggest impact. Fact number 9. Moldova's horseback riding tradition. In Moldova, horses aren't just animals. They're an integral part of the national identity and culture. The country's rich agricultural heritage, vast rural landscapes, and centuries-old traditions have made horseback riding a central aspect of daily life for many Moldovans. For centuries, horses have been the trusted companions of farmers, soldiers, and nomads. And even today, they play a significant role in Moldova's rural communities. One of the most fascinating aspects of Moldova's horseback riding culture is the way it has been passed down through generations. From an early age, children are often introduced to horses, learning the basics of riding and animal care. It's a tradition that binds families together, with children growing up on horseback alongside their parents and grandparents. In the rural villages, you'll often see people riding horses as they travel from one farm to the next, or simply enjoying a quiet ride through the countryside. Moldova's countryside is perfect for horseback riding. With rolling hills, lush forests, and winding rivers, it's a rider's paradise. The Codru forest, Moldova's largest woodland, offers spectacular trails for horseback riders to explore, weaving through ancient trees and offering glimpses of local wildlife along the way. For adventure seekers, these natural landscapes provide the perfect backdrop for exploring Moldova's rural heart by horse. But horseback riding isn't just practical in Moldova. It is also a source of pride and celebration. The annual Moldovan Horse Festival is one of the most exciting events in the country. It's a celebration of all things equestrian, with thrilling horseback riding competitions, traditional music, and local food. Whether it's a race, a show of riding skills, or a display of local horses, the festival attracts locals and tourists alike. It's an event that perfectly captures the spirit of Moldova's deep connection with horses. Of course, there's always room for humor in the story of Moldova's horseback riding tradition. One Moldovan told me about the time he tried to show off his riding skills at a family gathering, only to have his horse decide it wasn't the right time for a performance. The horse took off, heading straight for the neighbor's garden, and the family spent the next hour chasing him down. Needless to say, the rider learned that in Moldova, horses don't always stick to the script. Horses also play a significant role in traditional Moldovan festivals and ceremonies. During weddings, it's not uncommon for a bride and groom to arrive at the ceremony on horseback, adding an extra touch of grandeur to the occasion. In these moments, the horse is not only a symbol of grace and strength, but also an important part of the celebration of love and community. In Moldova, horseback riding is more than just a tradition. It's a way of life. It connects the people to their land, to their history, and to each other. Whether they're racing across fields, guiding farm animals, or simply enjoying a peaceful ride through the countryside, horses are an inseparable part of Moldova's identity. And who knows, the next time you visit, you might find yourself saddling up for an unforgettable ride through Moldova's stunning landscapes. Fact number 10. The Breakaway Republic of Transnistria, nestled along the Dniester River, right next to Moldova's eastern border, lies the Transnistrian Republic, a self-declared independent country that exists in a bizarre political limbo. Despite being home to around 500,000 people, Transnistria is recognized by no country, not even Moldova. It's a place that's often called the country that doesn't exist, yet it operates as if it were an actual sovereign state with its own government, military, currency, and even a flag. In short, it's a quirky, unrecognized entity that has managed to carve out its own identity amidst the geopolitical chaos of Eastern Europe. Transnistria's story begins in the early 1990s, following the dissolution of the Soviet Union. As Moldova gained independence, Transnistria, which is home to a large Russian-speaking population, felt increasingly disconnected from the rest of Moldova. Tensions over language, culture, and governance led to a brief, though intense, war between the Breakaway region and Moldova in 1992. The war ended in a ceasefire, but Transnistria declared itself an independent republic, though no one in the international community recognized its sovereignty. And that's where the fun begins. If you were to visit Transnistria today, you find a place that feels like it's stuck in time. The streets are lined with Soviet-era monuments, and the remnants of communist symbolism are still proudly displayed, with statues of Lenin still standing tall in key public spaces. The country's official currency is the Transnistrian ruble, but you need to know that it's worth absolutely nothing outside of Transnistria itself. Visitors can't simply pop in and out. There are border controls, customs checks, and the feeling of entering a completely different world from Moldova. Despite its lack of recognition, Transnistria has a functioning government, complete with its own military and police force. The region even holds regular elections, though the process is widely seen as being controlled by the region's leadership. The capital, Tiraspol, is an odd mix of Soviet nostalgia and post-Soviet quirks. The city is home to wide boulevards, decorated with Soviet-era flags, and even has a museum dedicated to Soviet glory, where you can see old photographs of the USSR and propaganda posters from the era. One of the most fascinating parts of Transnistria is its currency and economy. While the country uses its own ruble, It's largely dependent on Moldova's economic and energy systems to survive. So while the breakaway republic might have its own independence, its survival hinges on the goodwill or indifference of its neighbors. The people of Transnistria are incredibly resilient, and many have embraced their quirky status with a sense of pride. They've lived in this political gray area for decades, and have managed to maintain a sense of normalcy despite not being recognized by any country. For locals, the dream of full independence remains alive, but for the outside world, Transnistria remains an enigma, a strange and stubborn relic of the Soviet era. Visiting Transnistria can feel like stepping into a time capsule, where history and politics have frozen in place. It's a place where the impossible becomes possible, a country that doesn't exist, but somehow still does. And though it's officially not recognized by anyone, it remains an undeniable part of Moldova's story, and a fascinating curiosity for those looking to explore one of Europe's last political oddities. Fact number 11. Moldova's unique language and culture. Moldova is a country where languages blend, cultures collide, and history leaves an indelible mark on daily life. The nation's official language is Romanian, but the linguistic landscape is much more complex than that. Largely due to Moldova's Soviet past, over the years, the influence of Russian has intertwined with Romanian, creating a unique cultural and linguistic blend that defines the country's identity today. The coexistence of Romanian and Russian has shaped Moldovan society in profound ways. Romanian, the language spoken by the majority, is part of the Romance language family, similar to other Latin-based languages like French, Italian, and Spanish. For most Moldovans, Romanian is not only a language of communication, but also a symbol of their historical ties to Romania and their European heritage. It's the language of Moldovan literature, art, and education. However, the Russian language, a legacy of Moldova's time as part of the Soviet Union, holds significant importance in daily life, especially in the capital, Chisinau. In other urban areas, during the Soviet era, Russian was the dominant language in many sectors, including government, education, and business. Even though Moldova became independent in 1991, Russian continues to play an essential role, particularly among the older generations and the significant Russian-speaking population that still lives in the country. In fact, Russian is widely spoken in Moldova's cities and used for communication in a variety of contexts. From casual conversations to formal business dealings, it's not uncommon to hear people speak in a mix of both languages, often switching between Romanian and Russian depending on the situation or the people they're speaking with. This linguistic duality creates a fascinating dynamic in Moldova's culture. In rural areas, where the influence of the Soviet era is less pronounced, Romanian is primarily spoken, and the traditional Moldovan customs, music, and folk traditions are preserved. Yet, in urban centers like Chisinau, the Russian language blends with the Romanian, creating a unique cultural fusion. The mix of Eastern and Western influences in Moldova is reflected in everything, from food to festivals, art to architecture. One interesting example of Moldova's cultural blend is the Moldovan cuisine. While much of it is rooted in Romanian traditions, dishes like borscht, a beet soup, sarmale stuffed cabbage rolls, and Mămăligă cornmeal porridge are commonly enjoyed across Moldova. However, the influence of Russian cuisine is also evident, with dishes like pierogi, pastries filled with meat or vegetables, and blini, thin pancakes, making their way into Moldovan kitchens. Moldovans have perfected this mix, often creating their own variations of these traditional foods that are enjoyed by both Romanian and Russian-speaking communities. The dual language environment in Moldova creates a vibrant and inclusive society, but it also presents challenges. For example, Moldovan politicians have had to navigate the delicate balance between promoting Romanian as the national language while also accommodating the significant Russian-speaking minority. Tensions sometimes arise, especially in the context of Moldova's relationship with neighboring Romania and the pro-Russian sentiments in the breakaway region of Transnistria. In everyday life, Moldovans effortlessly move between Romanian and Russian, depending on who they're talking to, where they are, or what's being discussed. This linguistic fluidity has fostered a unique Moldovan identity that values both its Romanian roots and its Russian influences. It's this linguistic harmony, along with the cultural traditions that flow from it, that make Moldova a truly fascinating country to explore. So, whether you're enjoying a conversation in Chisinau, listening to Moldovan folk music, or diving into the rich cuisine, you're experiencing a culture that has been shaped by its linguistic diversity and historical complexity. Moldova's ability to seamlessly blend Romanian and Russian influences reflects its people's resilience and their ability to adapt and thrive in an ever-changing world. Fact number 12. Moldova's Mămăligă, national dish. When it comes to Moldova's national dish, there's one food that reigns supreme: Mămăligă. For those who haven't had the pleasure of trying it, Mămăligă is a dish made from cornmeal, similar to polenta, but with a rich cultural significance that's impossible to ignore. It's more than just a meal. It's a cultural experience, an embodiment of Moldova's heart and soul, and possibly the secret to a Moldovan's strength. Now, Mămăligă might sound simple, just cornmeal boiled in water, but don't let its unassuming appearance fool you. It's like the Moldovan version of mashed potatoes, only better because you can eat it with pretty much anything. Traditionally, Mămăligă is served as a side dish, but depending on who you ask, it could easily be the main event, whether it's paired with cheese, sour cream, sautéed vegetables, or even meat. Mămăligă has the magical ability to complement any meal. Want to make it fancy? Throw on some Brands de-birth sheep's cheese, and you've got yourself a Moldovan feast. But Mămăligă isn't just for the fancy dinner table. It is the humble hero of everyday life. In rural areas, it's a dish that has been passed down through generations. Older Moldovans often joke that they've been eating Mămăligă since they were babies. In fact, some claim you haven't truly experienced Moldova until you've eaten Mămăligă made by a grandmother, because no one does it quite like them. There's an ongoing, almost legendary debate over who makes the best Mămăligă, with families fiercely defending their recipes. If you ask a Moldovan grandmother for her secret, she'll smile mysteriously and say, "It's in the love I put into it." In fact, Mămăligă is such a vital part of Moldovan culture that is often seen at weddings, holidays, and special celebrations. It is not uncommon for guests at a Moldovan wedding to be treated to a grand bowl of Mămăligă as part of the feast. In these moments, Mămăligă becomes a symbol of hospitality, unity, and shared traditions. Everyone gathers around, digging into the bowl and passing around platters of toppings, while laughter and stories flow freely. For Moldovans, Mămăligă is more than just a meal. It's a way of life. It's comforting, unpretentious, and has the power to bring people together. Whether it's a cold winter day or a celebration with friends, Mămăligă is there, filling bellies and warming hearts. So, next time you find yourself in Moldova, don't just eat the Mămăligă, experience it. Trust me, it's a dish that's far more than the sum of its cornmeal. It's Moldova on a plate. Fact number 13. Moldova's Roman Empire history. Moldova may be a relatively small country in Eastern Europe, but its roots stretch deep into the ancient past, particularly when it comes to its connection with the Roman Empire. Moldova's territory once lay at the crossroads of the Roman Empire, and this ancient connection has left a lasting imprint on the country's culture, language, and identity. The history of Moldova's relationship with Rome dates back to the 1st century AD, when the area was part of the Roman province of Dacia. The Romans expanded their empire across much of Eastern Europe, and modern-day Moldova was at the heart of their conquest. The Dacians, an ancient people who inhabited the region, had a long and complex relationship with the Romans. After years of conflict, the Romans eventually defeated the Dacians in the Dacian Wars, and the region was annexed into the Roman Empire. This Roman influence didn't just leave behind ruins and artifacts, it shaped the very foundation of Moldova's culture. The most significant legacy is the Roman language, which evolved into Romanian, the official language of Moldova today. Romanian, a Romance language, is the direct descendant of the Latin spoken by Roman soldiers, settlers, and administrators. If you speak Romanian, you are essentially speaking the same language that the Romans brought to the region. Over to millennia ago, the Latin influence can be seen in the structure, vocabulary, and even the music of the Romanian language, which echoes its ancient roots. Roman influence is also reflected in Moldova's architecture. While much of the Roman infrastructure has eroded over time, there are still traces of Roman designs in the remnants of ancient settlements, roads, and fortifications that dot the landscape. The Roman fortresses found throughout Moldova, particularly in the Orheiul Vechi archaeological site, provide a tangible connection to Moldova's Roman past. These fortifications were built to protect the Roman province from invading forces, and today they stand as silent witnesses to Moldova's long history. Roman culture also had a profound impact on Moldovan traditions, the practices of trade, agriculture, and winemaking that the Romans introduced to the region have been passed down through the generations. The Romans taught the local Dacians how to cultivate vineyards, which led to the creation of Moldova's famous wine industry. In fact, Moldova is still known for producing some of the best wines in Europe, a tradition that dates back to the Roman era. Even Moldova's national pride is tied to this ancient heritage. The country's pride in its Roman roots is a key part of its identity, and is celebrated every year in events such as National Day and Romanian Language Day. These celebrations pay homage to Moldova's deep connection with the Roman Empire and the lasting influence it has had on its language, culture, and people. Moldova's history with the Roman Empire is more than just a chapter in the past. It has a living legacy that continues to shape the country today. From its language to its customs, the Roman influence is a reminder of Moldova's rich cultural heritage and is placed in the heart of European history. So, the next time you visit Moldova, remember that you're walking in the footsteps of the Romans, whose presence still echoes through the country's traditions and landscapes. Fact number 14, Moldova's House of 1,000 Windows. Moldova is home to some remarkable historical landmarks, but none are quite as mysterious and intriguing as the House of 1,000 Windows. Located in the heart of Chisinau, Moldova's capital, this massive and quirky building has puzzled visitors and locals alike for years. With its distinctive architectural style and unusual name, the House of 1,000 Windows has earned a reputation as one of the most enigmatic structures in Moldova. The house, officially known as Casa Cumii de Froneri, was built during the Soviet era in the 1970s as part of a larger urban development plan. Its purpose was to serve as a residential building for high-ranking government officials and employees. The structure's most striking feature is, of course, its windows, or rather, the sheer number of them. It's said to have over 1,000 windows, but whether that number is an exact count or more of a metaphorical exaggeration, no one really knows. What is clear, however, is that the sheer scale of the windows gives the building its unique, almost fortress-like appearance. The architectural design itself is a fascinating mix of Soviet brutalism and modernist influences. The building's towering concrete facade, with rows of rectangular windows, presents a rather imposing look. At first glance, it might seem like an architectural anomaly, but upon closer inspection, you'll notice the intricate ironwork that decorates many of the windows, giving it a touch of elegance that contrasts with its otherwise utilitarian appearance. Some people have even joked that the building's overwhelming number of windows was meant to give a sense of openness and transparency, qualities that are a bit ironic, considering the building's function during a time of strict Soviet control. There is a quirky legend surrounding the House of 1,000 Windows that only adds to its allure. Locals love to tell the story of how the building was once rumored to be a spy house. The idea was that the thousands of windows provided perfect surveillance opportunities, allowing the Soviet authorities to keep an eye on everyone in the area. Whether or not this is true remains a mystery, but the story has definitely added to the building's reputation as a relic of the past, a place where secrets might have been hidden behind every window. Today, the House of 1,000 Windows is no longer a residential building, and it serves as a reminder of Moldova's Soviet past. It stands as an oddly beautiful and somewhat surreal piece of architecture, emblematic of an era that shaped much of the country's development. Visitors to Chisinau can't help but be curious about the building's history, its purpose, and the hundreds of windows that have witnessed so many changes in Moldova over the years. So, next time you find yourself wandering the streets of Chisinau, take a moment to gaze up at the House of 1,000 Windows. Its quirky design and mysterious history make it a perfect example of Moldova. Its unique blend of beauty, mystery, and historical intrigue. And who knows, maybe you'll spot a few secrets hidden behind those many windows. Fact number 15. Moldova's resilient people and their spirit. Moldova is often described as a country of contrasts, beautiful landscapes, a rich cultural heritage, and a history that's been shaped by both triumph and hardship. But what truly stands out about Moldova is the incredible resilience of its people. Despite facing political, economic, and social challenges over the years, the Moldovans have maintained a strength and spirit that is truly remarkable. It's this unbreakable resilience, paired with a deep connection to their roots, that makes Moldova's people so special. Moldova's history has not been kind. The country's tumultuous journey through centuries of foreign rule, the collapse of the Soviet Union, and its struggles with poverty and political instability could have easily broken the spirit of a lesser people. Yet, through it all, Moldovans have held on to their identity, culture, and traditions with a fierce pride. The country has faced challenges, from a stalled economy to territorial disputes, but the people have never wavered in their commitment to one another and their homeland. One of the most powerful examples of Moldova's resilience is the Moldovan diaspora. Over the years, many Moldovans have been forced to leave their country in search of better opportunities abroad. However, no matter where they go, the bond to their homeland remains strong. Whether in Italy, Russia, or the United States, Moldovans abroad continue to celebrate their culture, their language, and their traditions. The way they maintain such close ties to their country, while striving for better lives abroad, speaks volumes about the deep love they have for Moldova and the strength they carry within them. Moldovans are incredibly resourceful and have an unmatched ability to adapt to difficult circumstances. Take, for example, the agricultural heart of Moldova. Despite facing economic hardships, Moldovans have always found a way to make their land work for them. Whether it's through the country's vast vineyards or the thriving sunflower fields, Moldovans have turned challenges into opportunities, creating an economy that is still largely driven by agriculture. This connection to the land is not just economic, but deeply cultural. It's a way of life that has endured for centuries. The resilience of Moldova's people is also reflected in their sense of community. In a world where it's all too easy to become disconnected, Moldovans are known for their close-knit families and strong social bonds. The traditions of gathering together to share food, celebrate festivals, and support one another in times of hardship are still alive and well. It's in these moments of community that the true spirit of Moldova shines brightest. The laughter around a table, the songs sung at weddings, and the warmth shared between neighbors all reflect a people who, despite everything they've faced, never lost their capacity for joy, hope, and unity. Moldova's people are living proof of the power of resilience. They faced adversity with unwavering determination, yet they continue to embrace life with a warmth and spirit that's contagious. Through war, economic hardship, and political struggles, Moldovans have not only survived but thrived in their own way. Their ability to stay connected to their traditions, their sense of community, and their unshakable pride in their country speaks to a strength that transcends generations. In the end, Moldova's greatest treasure isn't its landscapes or historical sites. It is its people. The resilience of Moldova's people, their spirit, and their deep connection to their culture is what makes this small, often overlooked country truly remarkable. Moldova may be a land shaped by its past, but its future is defined by the strength and spirit of its people. It's this spirit that will continue to carry Moldova forward, no matter what challenges the future may hold. As we wrap up this journey through Moldova, it is clear that this small but incredibly resilient country is far more than what meets the eye. From the world's oldest wine cellar to the hidden gem of Lake Guidebook, Moldova is a land full of surprises. Its sunflower fields, rich with meaning and purpose, offer a glimpse into the heart of its agriculture. The Orheiul Vechi archaeological complex takes us deep into the past, revealing Moldova's ancient ties to the Roman Empire. And of course, we can't forget the House of a Thousand Windows, an architectural oddity that holds secrets to its fascinating Soviet history. The Codru forest, with its abundance of wildlife and natural beauty, gives you a chance to experience Moldova's untouched side, while the quirky, unrecognized state of Transnistria invites us to ponder what it means to exist in a place that the world refuses to acknowledge. The country's unique blend of languages and rich cultural traditions, epitomized by the humble yet proud Mămăligă, further reinforces Moldova's diverse and vibrant spirit. And finally, through it all, it's the people of Moldova, their resilience, warmth, and perseverance that truly define the essence of this remarkable country. So, what do you think? After learning about Moldova's rich history, its incredible people, and its breathtaking landscapes, are you ready to add it to your list of must-see destinations? Or maybe you've already been and discovered its magic firsthand. Moldova may not have the tourist crowds of other European hotspots, but that's part of its charm. It's a place where the past and present intertwine seamlessly, offering travelers the chance to explore something new, something real, something untouched by mass tourism. Here's the question I'll leave you with. Would you choose to visit a place that hasn't been discovered by the masses yet? Moldova's hidden treasures, its quiet beauty, and the resilience of its people offer an experience that's both profound and unforgettable. But it's up to you to take the leap and see this extraordinary country for yourself. Moldova may not be on everyone's radar yet, but after today, it's hard to deny that it should be. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you were to visit Moldova, what's the first thing you'd want to experience? Would it be the endless sunflower fields, the historical Roman ruins, or perhaps the charming local culture? Share your ideas, and let's get the conversation going. And if this video sparked your curiosity about Moldova, consider it your invitation to discover the undiscovered. Maybe it's time to start planning your next adventure to a place where the unexpected is waiting to be explored. Don't let Moldova remain a mystery. Make it your next unforgettable destination. You won't regret it.